What's up, replay viewers? Thank you for coming on. And you can click, or actually double tap to leave hearts. What's up, Chaotic? Al Rob in the house, what's up? Wow, people are pouring in. Melissa R, what's up? Thank you so much for joining me. You are staring at a DeLorean here in my office. Thanks for the hearts, guys. I appreciate it. Kimra, first to speak. 9th crown, number 2. Woohoo, nice. Why are you guys so intrigued by this kind of technical headline? I don't know. What are you guys doing? What's up, TWF Tweets? Hello, Patty. Good to see you. Tim, what's up? Brendan, good morning from Saudi Arabia. Nice. Spoon-Fed Fitness. That's a cool name. I like that. Hey, guys. Nice DeLorean. Thank you. Now, you might see this light behind me or behind the DeLorean. Sometimes I like to think I'm a DeLorean, but that's not the case. It's just a light like that. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to make it look like it was actually working. But anyway. What's up, guys? 12:11 a.m. Yeah, it's 10:11 p.m. here in San Diego, California. And I'm working on my email copy. As a lot of you know, I've been working on some email segmentation and working on creating brand new lists and really focusing on the shift that I have ever since I've conducted this recent survey here on SPI. I've been able to divide my audience into different buckets. You may have seen one of the previous Periscopes that I talked about how I've been able to divide my audience and my email list into different segments. I'm going to talk about some of what has already happened and some of the cool things that I've found, and hopefully this will inspire you or at least give you some even tactical strategies that you can implement on your own, or at least just to get an introduction to email segmentation and see how it could work for you. Hey, what's up, Yannick? Good to see you. Looking good, Pat. Keep up the great work with fitness. Hey, thank you. Yeah, the hair's a little weird, but you know, I'm feeling really good. I got the triathlon coming up in a couple weeks. And I'm really excited about that. Finally watching you live. Yes, awesome. Lyndon and Vanessa in the house. What's up? Hope your podcast is doing well. Hey, everybody. Hey, guys. Yeah, introduce yourselves to each other. What's up? How are you guys feeling? From a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being it's the worst day ever, 10 being you're feeling awesome, feeling great, ready to get to work, all that stuff. Where are you at on that scale right now? So 1 to 10, how are you feeling right now? 10, 9.5. Well, let's get that 0.5 up there for you, Jen. 8, 10. Hey Pat, what's up? Great day. 7, long A day. Love it. A good 8. 12, love that. 9, 10, 7, 8. Is anybody like a 1 or 2 right now? I hope not, because I want to make sure you guys are happy. And if you are, maybe this will make you happy too. A sleepy 10, 5. Spoon-Fed Fitness has 5. Well, let's try to get those back up for you guys. But a lot of good people in this room right now, and you know, all you guys are good. Am I with Aweber? No. I'm not with Aweber. I am currently with ConvertKit, and smartpassiveincome.com/ConvertKit. It's my affiliate link if you want to check it out. And I'm at the point now, after using it for about 3.5 weeks, that I'm confident in my recommendation for it. I'm not going to make that super public yet, but I have some more email content coming out in the future, and I will be recommending ConvertKit, and so I'm really stoked about that. And I want to share with you kind of what has happened since I've started to already segment my audience. Now, I haven't sent an email to my entire list yet. I have a list of 140,000 people, and my goal is eventually to send an email out to all of those existing subscribers and have them be able to kind of divide themselves into these different buckets that I've created. So just to give you a little bit of a background story, thanks for sharing that link, Kimra. See if I can put this tripod up so I can chat. Okay, so I ran a survey on SPI, and I found out that my audience is pretty much divided into 3 different buckets here, and this is how I'm treating my email list. There are people, about a third of the audience, who has yet to start a business at all. If that is you, hit number 1 on your device. So if that is where you fit in, number 1, you haven't even started your own business yet, but you're very interested in doing so, you're a 1. There's already 9th crowns here, and a few other people are saying 1 also. See, so already I'm confirming and validating that. I've also found out through the survey that there's about 50% of my audience who has started a business and have yet to kind of get unstuck. You know, they're stuck in some way, shape, or form, and I've sort of divided it by saying, hey, if you are, you know, in terms of income, so if you are working on your business but you have yet to crack $500 a month in recurring revenue, then that's number 2. So if that's you, you've started a business but you are between $0 and $500 a month, you're number 2. So let's see how many of you guys are there. Awesome. I was my first crank before JLD. Awesome. Entrepreneur I've heard is great too. Cool. Number 2s, a lot of 2s. Okay, and then number 3 is everyone else who is generating beyond $500 a month. So if you're that, you are number 3. If it's not recurring, that's fine. But if you're averaging about $500 a month, that's fine. Or you're a 3, Cool. So we got a big mix here. So for example, if I were to send content out to my email list, again, I initially had just one giant list of 140,000. If I sent an email out that said, hey, here's some advanced SEO strategies for you, which group, 1, 2, or 3, do you feel like this would be relevant for? Advanced SEO strategies. I'm going to be quizzing you guys while we do this. 2, 3. Yes, 2, 3. Nobody's going to say 1, right? If you don't have a business yet, advanced SEO strategies will not work for you. Now, a majority of my audience is not going to be interested in that because that is more of a 2 to 3 sort of situation, and most of my audience is in the 1s and 2s. So if I were to send that kind of content out to my entire list, how do you think the people who are number 1s who have yet to start a business are going to feel? They're going to feel overwhelmed. They're going to feel like they don't understand what's going on. They're going to feel incompetent. They're going to feel like they are behind, and they are more than likely going to feel lost, like Sally says here. For sure you're going to feel lost. And I've been on email lists before where I've received stuff that I don't even know what the heck they're talking about. And so this is, yeah, unsubscribe. I mean, that's exactly what they're going to do. So it's obvious why email segmentation is really important here. And I just wrote a post that's about 3,500 words that is a beginner's guide to email segmentation that you'll see in the next month or two that is going through copy editing now. But it goes through all this. I'm kind of reintroducing that or kind of bringing that up to you guys in my head. But that's why email segmentation is important, is so that you can put people in different spaces and then be able to serve them content, serve them emails, serve them products, maybe get validation from that particular group for particular things that you're coming out with. So that's why it's important. But I do want to say that it can be very difficult to wrap your head around, you know, how to do this and what groups to create. And I've gotten to a point where I was trying to segment my audience into like 40 different things. Like, oh, I want to know people who came from this page and people who clicked on this link, and you know, you can get massively insane with it and drive yourself crazy and get nothing done. So when it comes to email segmentation, targeted groups in your audience that you're going to send these specific emails out to, so you can better serve them and everybody else. Hey, what's up? Good to see you, Hassan. You want to start simple. So that's why I started with 3 groups. You might just want to start with 2. If you have a business already and you're selling stuff, the number one best and easiest way to divide your audience is into buyers, non-buyers. So how do you write your tags for Infusionsoft? This is a great question, and honestly, I could not figure out for the life of me how to do it. So I'm actually not on Infusionsoft anymore. Now, I actually attempted to hire people to help me with Infusionsoft, and it worked out okay, but I never felt like I understood what was going on, and I felt like if I were using Infusionsoft and something went wrong, or I had to fix something really quick, I'd have to go through this, you know, third-party service to make it all happen, and I just didn't feel comfortable with it. Now, I'm done. I don't get it, Infusionsoft and the how it works and all that stuff, so I needed a better solution. A lot of you out there, you're much smarter than I am, and I know a lot of people who love Infusionsoft. I recommend it if it's something that works for you. So I'm not on Infusionsoft anymore. So I've moved from Aweber to Infusionsoft to attempt to get more strategic with my segmentation and stuff like that, because Aweber is pretty limited in that realm. And now I'm on ConvertKit. ConvertKit. So smartpassiveincome.com/ConvertKit. And that is an affiliate link. If you're going to use Infusionsoft, that's cool. I recommend you explore it, or at least talk to more people who've used it. Maybe do a screen share. You know, I don't want to say they're bad, because they're obviously helping lots of people make lots of money and making their emails great, and that's why I chose them. It just didn't work out for me. But what is working right now for me is this thing called ConvertKit, which is a very new company. They've been around for a while, but just now they're starting to gain traction. Nathan Barry is the owner, and I've found it to be very easy to use. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what this is, and this isn't a pitch for ConvertKit. This is more of a, hey, this is how you do email segmentation, and I love this tool, and I want to show you what has sort of happened as a result of already dividing my audience into these different buckets. Like I said, I haven't sent an email out to my entire list yet saying, hey guys, go to one of these 3 buckets, and I'll show you how I do that in a second. But new subscribers who are subscribing to the blog right now, they are, and you'll see how, dividing themselves into these 3 different groups, and I'm capturing a lot of incredible information about them that is going to help me, and hopefully this helps you as well. So I'm going to turn this around and show you what ConvertKit looks like right now. And again, I want this to be clear. I'm going to just introduce this so that I can show you how this segmentation is working. Okay, So this is kind of what the dashboard looks like. And the other cool thing about ConvertKit is that they really pay attention to stats, which can be also in Infusionsoft kind of hard to see. But let's go to my website really quick. There's a number of different spots on my website where you can sign up. For example, here's ebooksthesmartway.com, or that's actually just a GoDaddy link or GoDaddy domain, ebooksthesmartway.com, that redirects to Smart Passive Income dash all the other stuff. So that's just a quick way to get people here. If I'm saying that on a video, if I'm saying on a podcast, for example, ebooksthesmartway.com brings you here. And here I have a form. It says download ebooks the Smart Way for free, blah, blah, blah. You'll also get email content to help you grow your business even faster. And so that is, I'm being honest that people are subscribing to get a book, but I also will be subscribing to a list. Because, you subscribed to stuff before probably, and you didn't know that you were going to get an email list. So I'm always like, hey, you want to be upfront with that stuff. So people subscribe there. They also can subscribe, and this is one of the highest converting pages, which is the Getting Started page. So this is a page that is actually my #1 CTA, or call to action, on the home page. So you can see here, and yes, you're seeing it in a fisheye lens, so it's not actually warped like that. But you can see that my call to action here on the home page isn't actually to subscribe. It's to click on this Getting Started link. So I'm going to click there. That takes me to this Getting Started page. And then Shalene's here, awesome. And hey, Bill and Marge, I remember meeting you guys. You guys are awesome, and it was great to shake your hand and meet you at the Success Summit, and I'm hoping to see you again in the future. Well, here's all the information that a beginner might need to help them get started, to find some important posts, and of course there's an email opt-in form down here as well. And again, this is tailored specifically for people who are coming to this page. Get started the smart way, free goodies for starters. So again, this is very much driven for these people as well. My About page is another top page that people subscribe to the list as well. So I tell my story a little bit, how the site's going to help them, and then an opt-in form, a little bit more information, and then an opt-in form below that. And again, here is different copy. Let's figure out what works for you, plus free stuff. Then I have the normal sort of, hey, here's the click to subscribe button at the bottom of the page or bottom of posts. Let's figure out what works for you. I've found over time that I've really loved this language of let's, right? Let's is kind of my thing. On the home page it says, let's see what works. And in the future, you're going to see more let's. Like, let's do this together. Let's figure out how to do this. Let's figure out how to grow your business and all this let's stuff, because that's sort of my brand. We're doing this together, and I do experiments, and we just kind of see what happens. So that's kind of a taste of what's coming in the future. But so these are different places people can subscribe on the blog. In ConvertKit, you'll see each of these places or at least, for example, there's a specific form for eBooks the Smart Way, and I can see, for example, 478 people have seen this, 144 people have subscribed. Again, this is very, very new. I just switched over very recently, and 30% of people have converted there as well. On that Getting Started page, Passive Income 101, I can see that 15,000 people have visited this page, and 900 people have subscribed, and there's a 5.8% conversion rate. Here's the site-wide pop-up newsletter. As you can see, the convert rates are very low, but that's because most of the people are going to every single blog post, and I currently do not have lead magnets that are specific to different content. That might come out later. And then here is from the About page. So check this out. This right here is the course that people subscribe to when they come to this form. It's called SPI Main, and I have yet to segment people as they are coming into the brand. So what happens is they go to this main list, and I'll go to that main course here. So SPI Main, this is what those people who subscribe see. The very first email says, welcome to Smart Passive Income, important action required. So I have all this content here, and I talk about, I give some education, and then at the bottom here I say, in order for me to send you emails that make sense for you, I need you to start by clicking on one answer of the following question that best suits you. Which of the following best describes your online business activity? And again, you can do this in many of the other email service providers. I've just found ConvertKit to be the easiest, at least so far. You can do this in even Aweber, but it's a little bit kind of a hack in order to do that. But anyway, so I have everything I just mentioned there. I don't have an online business yet. I have an online business, but I'm stuck between $0 and $500 a month. Or I have an online business that is generating more than $500 per month. So when a person clicks on this link, I'm going to show you, this sets off an automation trigger that I've preset. So this is essentially, I can choose a particular course, which is what I'm calling the level 0 course, which are for people who don't have a business yet. That's how I've defined them. That's how the team defines it, my team, level 0. And I've titled that, or no, this is just the text of that text that you can click on, just like a hyperlink. So when they click on that, I'll take you to that particular course, which is level 0. Again, these are for the people who have yet to start a business. And check this out. 10,000 or 1,000 people have 1,000 people have subscribed to level 0 because they clicked on that link. That's the only place people are able to get on this nurture list right now for level 0. 59% open rate, 14.4% click rate, because there's certain things to click on. And I'll show you what this course looks like. So these are the emails sequentially that people get over time. What's really cool is I can honestly just drag and drop these and reorder them if I want to. But this is the first email people get immediately after they click on that link. Future entrepreneurs read this. And again, this is tailored just for level 0 people who have declared that they have yet to start an online business. Future entrepreneurs read this. Boom, you click this. Yes, I'm a future entrepreneur. And of course, what is this also doing? It's training my audience to click. This is ConvertKit.com. And I'll have more detailed videos about this, but I just wanted to shoot this behind the scenes. And again, you don't need ConvertKit to do this. You can do this in your own email service provider. So here we go. I start with this email. It says, quick question, do any of the following statements reflect where you are right now with your desire to create an online passive income business? And these are directly from the results of the survey that I collected. These are the exact words of my audience. I got to plug in my, it acts as a survey. That previous email that you saw that goes out to the main list that has them kind of select where they're at. It's almost like a survey, a one-question survey. But here you go. I make a connection to these people by saying, hey, do any of these fit you? And these are all things, all the top things that were holding people back from moving forward to start a business. And this is the first email they get after they click on that, yes, I don't have a business yet. So I'm overwhelmed. The fear of failure is stopping me. So for those of you who are number 1, tell me if this resonates with you. Do any of the following resonate with you? I'm overwhelmed from all the information available to me. The fear of failure is stopping me. I don't know where to start. I'm not sure what kind of business I like to create. I don't feel like I have what it takes to create a successful business. My perfectionism gets in the way. I'm afraid of wasting my time and money. So these are really quick pain points that people can make an immediate emotional connection with. Thank you, Lean Green Girl. I appreciate that because I worked pretty hard on this, and I know it's not perfect, but it'll get there. And then I kind of dispel some of these myths. I don't dispel all of them, but I talk about, okay, I'm overwhelmed. Well, here's how you can hack that. And the fear of failure, well, fear is actually just a sign that whatever it is that you're doing is what you want to. It's like that's a sign. And I talk about Stephen Pressfield a little bit in The War of Art. I don't know where to start. And then I just give more information. And then this is something that I learned from Ryan Levesque, who was on the podcast. That podcast hasn't gone live yet, but he gave this really great tip. And I used to do this when my email list was small, but there were so many people coming on the email list that I was getting 100 emails a day from people from all different levels when I would ask them, what's your number 1 struggle? Well, I want to really take care of the people who are just starting out. So I actually ask my audience to please hit reply to this email and send me a note about what scares you the most about starting an online business. And let me just go into my email here really quick, and I'll show you the results of just simply asking people to reply. I wasn't prepped with this page. I didn't think I was going to do this, but let me bring that up for you. So let me put in the future entrepreneurs read this ... So that's the headline. So I'm searching for all that. Boom. These are all people. There are, well, one of 50 of many. Again, this is just the past week. People who are taking the time to respond and say why they're scared of starting an online business. So this does a number of different things. And again, there are several of these that come in, and I do try to reply to these every single day. About 20 come in every day. On average, and that could probably grow, but I feel like even if it's just a thank you so much for the honest reply, I have more emails coming to you. I batch process these, so the last thing I do before I finish my work before the night, and it literally takes me 10-15 minutes to go through them all, is quickly read them and say thank you so much for the replies, I appreciate that. And this does a few things. Number 1, it just shows that I'm a real person on the other end, and I think maybe this isn't something I have to do for everybody who subscribes to my list, but I feel like for just the beginners, at least, the people who are going to start with this journey with me from the beginning, it would be really cool for them to see that there's actually somebody who cares on the other end. So that's one strategy. That's a very Derek Halpern strategy. He uses the same thing as well for everybody, and I love that idea, and that just made sense to me. The other part of this is the fact that when I have a conversation with people in this way, when people hit reply and then reply back to me, this tells Google, hey, Pat's email address is really important. So I'm not going to put this into the spam or the promotions folder. I'm going to put this into the primary folder. And that is something that triggers that in Google. So that's another kind of strategy there. And for that reason, even that reason alone, I feel like this is worth it, right? So asking your audience to reply, I've even had a few people say, wow, this is new. I've never had anybody in an autoresponder actually ask me to reply. A bunch of people were like testing me, and Shauna is saying I'm a genius, and I'm not a genius. I'm just implementing a lot of these strategies and trying to give credit to where credit's due. So Ryan Levesque, author of Ask, Derek Halpern, Social Triggers, and kind of just putting everything together. Definitely. Okay, so that's what happens. Now, you might be wondering, well, when people get that email, this email here, so this is the first email they get once they join Level 0 Nurture. But let me go back to the, where was it? Oh, the main course that had all those 3 different things you could choose from. So this is the, I don't have an online business yet, I have an online business but I'm stuck, or I have an online business that is generating more than $500 per month. Okay, what happens when you click this? Well, I'll show you kind of the rule I've created. So this is the power behind ConvertKit right here. So these are certain rules that I've created. They're going to work on organization of these, I've confirmed. But what you can do is you can add a rule here. And I love the way this is set up. Trigger. When this event happens, so when this person subscribes to a form, for example, and I get to choose that form, maybe when they click on eBooks a Smart Way, this action happens. They subscribe to a course. This action happens. And it's all automated. So this is really crazy, and the reason I love it so much. But anyway, going back to that main course, again, everybody so far gets dropped into this. In the future, I can set it up so that when people subscribe to a particular form, they go directly into that Level 0 Nurture. And AWeber, you can hack this, but ConvertKit, this is why ConvertKit was so powerful and why I fell in love with it. Even though they're just starting, yes, I'm an early adopter. Yes, there are risks with that. And I know there's going to be a lot of people out there who want to just make sure this company continues to grow. But I love it so much that I'm willing to give it a chance. But anyway, when people click on this, they go to a specific redirect. This is going to blow your mind. So each one of these, I've set it up so that no matter which one people click on, because they get an email follow-up after they click, but they go to a thank you page because I have to click, you have to get them to click to have them go into that particular group. So where do they go? Well, the people who click, I don't have an online business yet, this will be posted on my YouTube channel. There's a Periscope replay playlist there, and this will be there for sure. So when people click on that one, I don't have an online business yet, I redirect them to here, back to the blog. That email that I sent earlier that is like welcome future entrepreneurs, that gets sent to their inbox, again with more information, but this is where they go. Welcome future entrepreneur, so on and so forth. In the comment box below, introduce yourself to the rest of the community. You're all just getting started at the same time. Again, copy that is exactly for this particular group of people. Just getting started at the same time, and I thought it would be cool to know who you are, where you're from, and see that you're not alone. Share as much or as little as you'd like, and include one interesting fact about yourself, smiley face. So after 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks of having this particular page set up, 40 comments. 40 comments, and that's not all the subscribers. Not everybody's going to do it, but here is the community starting to interact together. And actually, and then if you respond here, you might get even more wows. Like, Pat, thank you for the advice and for responding. That's a first for me. So this is good stuff, right? I mean, this is cool, and I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I know some of you are overwhelmed right now, and it's just one step at a time. And it took me a long time to get this set up. The first thing to do was build that main list, and then start to build out those segments and understand who those segments were. Now, where do the people who click on, well, I've started a business, but I'm kind of stuck? Well, they go to this page. Let's get unstuck. I've worked with thousands of entrepreneurs to help them get off those nasty plateaus. Again, copy exactly for this group of people. Yes, business takes time, but you can ramp things up with the right direction, and that's why I'm here. And then in this box, I have, in the comment box below, please share what kind of information you'd like to see in upcoming emails from me. So I wasn't really sure exactly what kind of emails these people would want. I mean, I have an idea, obviously, but I asked them directly, what kinds of topics would you love to see me go in depth with? Your opinion matters, and I look forward to serving you in the future. Well, I have currently 19 suggestions on what I could put in this particular group. So let's read some of them here. Interested in email list building, passionate about writing but never have gotten any direction on how to earn money from it, how to create content that sells, branding myself. I'd love to see email list building. That's 2 for email list building. Stuck with email marketing. That's 3. So maybe this video would actually help. I'm working as an engineer. I'm learning to write good articles, so on and so forth. So yeah, this is, again, a pre-survey, a way to just take the guessing out of it, right? And so hopefully this is helpful. And then the people who are building a business, who are seeing money coming from it already, I say, awesome, you're seeing results. All right, you're making moves in your business, but you know there's a lot more that can be done. I'm here to help you learn more advanced techniques in your business to hopefully 2x or 3x or maybe even 10x your current results. So that's language that is, again, specific to this group, because I found in the survey that I ran through SurveyMonkey, they were using words like, how do I 10x my business? How do I 2x my business? So I've included that exact copy here as well. And then, similar to the other group, in the comment box below, please share what kind of information you'd like to see in the upcoming emails from me. What kinds of topics would you love to see me go in depth with? And again, because my audience is smaller here, but they're still active, one of my biggest frustrations is whenever I get in my business, it starts, I already have a good handle on. Actually, I want to scale my business. Several things, planning to write ebooks, looking for more advanced tips for private labeled products. So again, some good information there to help me with that particular group. So again, one of the things that helped me was to do the following, and hopefully maybe this will help you. So I'm going to run on my desk really quick here. And again, this tool that I mentioned is called ConvertKit. I have an affiliate link if you'd like to use it. I understand if you're not ready for it yet. It is a fairly new company, and I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to wait to see what else it could do. But I want to come on as an early adopter here. Anyway, it is intuitive, and that's what Nathan Barry, who created this, he was previously a blogger who sold digital products who was just not happy with what was out there. So he created his own stuff, and he is a UI user interface, user experience designer. I mean, that's his forte, and he's obviously brought that here with him too. Anyway, so you want to divide your list into 2, maybe 3 buckets. So 1, 2, 3. You want to really define what those buckets are. And then from there, you might have a main list that you might have people subscribe to. So traffic might come in here. And then you have emails sent out that try to divide people into these 3 different buckets. Now, you could also have people go directly into these buckets as well, using particular blog posts or lead magnets and stuff. So again, you're growing these 3 buckets, and then you end up having specific copy that works for them, specific courses that work for them, specific products that you could recommend that are just for them as well. Now, what's cool is that you can cross-promote. You can upgrade people from level 1 to level 2 and level 2 to level 3, and that's my goal, obviously. I'd love to convert people from number 1 to number 2 and number 2 to number 3. And I could do that through products or what have you. And you can even have more groups than this. You can tag people as well. That's another cool thing. There's a difference between segmentation and tagging. I can't spell and write at the same time, and tagging. So a good way to think about segmentation is, for example, let's say you're in the photography niche, and you are helping photographers with their business. Well, segments of your audience might be wedding photographers, newborn photographers, and corporate event photographers. And that's a great way to think about it because they're segments. You have a particular type of content you need to serve each and every one of those kinds of people. So, you got your wedding photographers, you have your newborn photographers, and you have your corporate event photographers. Tagging would be something like, okay, let's do a quick survey and see how many of my audience uses Canon and Canon cameras, and how many use Nikon. Doing survey types of questions like that, especially in this niche, is like people are very, very passionate about which kinds of cameras they use, right? Canon or Nikon. And then you can tag them as a Canon user or a Nikon user, which allows you to understand, okay, here are the things that they use and the things that they're interested in, but here's who they are. And within this group, there might be people who are tagged as Nikon. The little tag, I don't know how to draw a tag. That's kind of I don't know, that's kind of weird. In Canon. Yeah, the architect in me, but it's hard to draw in scope at the same time. So these are the tags, and they might live in each one of these three groups. So this helps because you can drive people toward a particular product. For maybe it's wedding 101, wedding photos 101, and this one is newborn whatever 101, and this is corporate 101. But maybe you strike up a deal with Canon, and they give you a 50% off coupon or something, or maybe you're an affiliate for Canon, and then you can just send an email out to anybody, no matter what group they're in here, but they're Canon users, and that's it. Is Nathan Barry in the house? I see Nathan Barry's name. But anyway, hey, there's Nathan, smiling in his little avatar there. Nathan, I'm showing off your software, bud. Everybody's enjoying it. But again, and don't take offense to this, Nathan. I'm not trying to pitch ConvertKit here. That's maybe something that I'll do for you later. But I'm still fairly new on it, and I'm just kind of giving people an introduction to the segmentation stuff. But I feel like even so, demonstrating kind of the capability of ConvertKit has done really well. So, big ups to Nathan for finding a pain point and being his own audience member and creating something and scratching his own itch and also scratching mine and everybody else's as well. So if somebody were to come in the scope now, they'd be like, what the heck is this person drawing? But, hopefully you guys kind of understand what's going on. And again, thanks to ConvertKit. And I've showed off a little bit of the, Nathan, if you just came in, am I segmenting old subscribers is the question. I haven't yet done that. That's kind of, I wanted to test this to make sure it worked out. And so let me click here on level 0 nurture. So again, this tells me that the people who are just starting out, that's what I've dubbed level 0 nurture, people who have yet to start a business. I'm kind of nurturing them, right? I'm taking them through content that is built specifically for them. Well, one of the cool things here is I can file a report, not file a report, but actually see the report and see the first email that gets delivered immediately after subscription has a 67% open rate and a 15.6% click rate. It's been sent that many times, and 4 people have unsubscribed from it. The next one, the number one rule, a successful business is ... kind of that, that stopgap. When people hate seeing something unfinished, so that's a great strategy for getting open rates. 61% open rate, 19.7% click rate. Again, the affiliate link for ConvertKit, if you're interested, you don't have to use my affiliate link, but is smartpassiveincome.com/convertkit. And then, as you can see, these ones have 0% because people haven't gotten there yet. And it's all based off of how much time. So this is, again, this is 1 day after subscription, 3 days after subscription, 5 days, 7 days, and then I go into a week rhythm here, 7, 14, 21, 28. And that's the end of this particular segment here. But people haven't even gotten here yet. So again, this is a good way, these reports here in ConvertKit, and again, many other email providers can give you this information, but not quite as great as this, is you can see which emails are actually being opened. And if one of these emails, for example, had like a 12% open rate, I could be like, wow, that's a terrible headline, or I can just dump that email and things like that. So again, the stats here are really great. I can also see stats for these different forms as well. So I can see, for example, the eBooks the Smart Way form has just a few visitors, because that's a direct link that people get on the podcast. But I can click here and see, there's also kind of stats built in underneath here. So 31, 42 subscribe, and kind of gives you an idea on roughly kind of how many people have subscribed recently. But again, my goal is, the sort of next move here is to create a specific form for a lead magnet that's related exactly to Nurture Zero, the Nurture Zero course, so that when people subscribe, they don't go to the main course and I don't have to divide them, because they're already divided based off of the content that they're reading or the lead magnet that they're downloading. And so again, I just wanted to give you guys an introduction there in terms of segmentation. I want to gauge your reaction on certain things. So again, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. And I just wrote a post about all this, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything, and kind of I wanted to give you an overview of it to see what else I could do to improve that post when it comes out in a month or two. And yeah, I love that I'm able to share all of this. I mean, this is what the spirit of SPI is all about. And you know, I feel like the more I share with you, the better results you'll get, and the more you'll come back, and the more you'll share me. And so that's kind of what we're doing here. And so let's see. I've been doing categorical opt-ins with Thrive leads. Very good so far. Nice. Affiliate link again. Thank you. smartpassiveincome.com/convertkit. The pricing is very reasonable as well, which I love. They treat each email subscriber as one, as opposed to Aweber, which is if you have one person on multiple lists, they actually count each time they're on those different lists. So if they're subscribed to 2 lists, they actually count as 2 people toward your monthly payments, which is kind of crazy. But again, this is all about the power of segmentation and tagging and putting people into different courses. And that was the one thing, actually, you know, Nathan calls these different email sequences courses, and that confused me at first, because I didn't really think of email sequences as courses. I thought of them as lists. But I love the idea of a course, and it might confuse a little some of you, but these courses are, it's a great way to put your mind to it, because if you want people to subscribe to a particular course, you have a particular kind of result that you want them to get. And I didn't quite understand that at first until I started creating these emails. I started seeing people reply back and say, thank you for all this information. I'm already getting results from this. And again, having a course that you create, no matter where it's at, has a specific goal. It has a specific type of person who takes it. It has a specific type of language you use within it. And that's kind of how you should be thinking about the different segments in your email list. And my goal is to get people from, you know, level 0 course to level 1 to level 2, and perhaps more levels above that. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for checking in. I'm glad Nathan was on and is able to interact with you guys too. Do you have any quick questions? I'm going to be on for another 10 minutes here, just to finish up, and you know, if you guys want to see more of ConvertKit or understand more about where I'm going with this. Did I used to be in the Phoenix area? I've been to Phoenix area once. People are saying, thank you, great. You need to segment your main list. I want to be on that level 1 list. Yeah, I haven't yet done that, so thank you for reminding me, whoever said that, because now that I know this is working, and there are emails there for each of the different levels, although, to be honest, level 2 has just 1 email right now. Luckily, there's only 61 subscribers, but once I finish up those emails, which I'm working on tonight, I'm going to turn this on to everybody else. So I'm going to send a broadcast email to everybody with those same 3 lists. I'm also going to make sure that people who are in those 3 levels already do not get that email. Now, there's a way to do that in ConvertKit as well. And so I'm going to show you how to do that now. So I'm going to send a broadcast just as an example. So I'm clicking on broadcast. I'm going to click on new broadcast. And very easily I can say who will receive this. Include these subscribers, so I can include people who are in a particular course, for example. So I can include people who are in level 0, level 1, or level 2, or all of the above. I can get people with certain tags, so I can tag people who are on my book club, for example, or who are just the free members, or the people who have the Smart Podcast Player, the free version of it, and things like that. But really, what I want to do is exclude the people. If I'm sending a broadcast email out to everybody and I want them to get that main list email to then divide themselves into one of these 3 groups, I'm going to exclude the people who are in level 0, level 1, and level 2. And I want to include the ones who are on the main list. But anyway, I would send that email out. I'll just kind of keep going here. You know, really nice, easy to use form here. You can preview the emails, you can do templates and all that stuff. But anyway, that's how I would go about it. And honestly, it's hard on the other end. I know it's hard for you to keep track of all this right now, but when you go through it and you create these things one by one, you begin to start to understand it in this way. You know, I would literally draw out what emails you want sent out and where and all those sorts of things. Nathan, are you still in the house? Somebody says no free trial, and I don't believe there is a free trial. Never cease to amaze me with your value. Thank you for everything you've done to help, and thank you for telling me that you're getting value out of this. That's why I do what I do, and if you feel there's anything I can do to improve, let me know. Some people say I have to talk slower. I've tried that. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. But anyway, thank you, Shauna. I appreciate that. Any other questions? I saw a bunch breeze by before. I'm going to delete this email just so nothing happens. When to use tags versus separate lists for lead magnet opt-ins. That depends on what your goals are, and if you feel like you want to I feel like segments are for people who get certain kinds of emails that you know you're going to be sending, that you've pre-written. Tags are going to be for emails for people that perhaps you might want to contact in the future, but not on a regular basis. The example I used was dividing your photographer groups into wedding photographer, newborn photographer, and corporate photographers. Those are different segments of your list, but then you can tag them with certain things that they purchase. I think that's the number one thing. If you're going to tag somebody, tag them with something they've purchased. That way, no matter what level they're at, no matter what level they're in, you know and have record that they've purchased something. That's something, obviously, that's very, very important to know. Awesome. So hopefully that helps. I look forward to that email, actually, that somebody just mentioned. Keep an eye out, sir. Awesome. Good night. Are double opt-ins required or optional? Here in ConvertKit, I believe they are optional, but I still recommend them because they prove that somebody's human on the other end, and it just cleans up your list. Somebody had asked a question earlier about cleaning your list. I think that's really important as well, because you don't want kind of dead subscribers. I think if you start in this way with segmenting in a very smart and, again, simple way, you will have less of that. You will have less kind of dead subscribers or people who just kind of sit there and don't open emails. You'll have less spammy emails if you do the double opt-in as well. And it's good practice to every once in a while say, hey guys, if you're still enjoying the emails here, click this link or some type of action to then get rid of those, not those inactive. I think even going into your subscriber list, being able to find who hasn't opened your last 10 emails, you could pretty much get rid of those people. I feel. I think there's some different opinions on that. It's weird because a lot of people are like very conscious about the number. Oh, I have 100,000 subscribers, and sure, I could delete an extra 20,000 that are inactive, but I just love saying I have 100,000 subscribers. It's so dumb, right? Like, why would you? First of all, you're paying for that, but secondly, it's just a number, right? I mean, I would much rather have a large open rate. I mean, those inactives are killing your open rate. I think it's more impressive to say that you have 100 people with a 100% open rate than 100,000 people with a 2% open rate. Am I right? So anyway, some providers don't track opens. I'm not sure in terms of tracking opens how that works in ConvertKit. How do I filter my own emails? What percentage do you respond to? Great question. So I have a person who helps me with that. And episode 115 of the Smart Passive Income podcast goes into all of that. So how the emails are filtered and how I have one particular category of emails that I look at first, and I clear those out before I go and move on to the less urgent ones. Jessica helps manage that. She knows my brand. She's been in my email for over a year now and understands kind of what emails are important, what I need to see, and those types of things. If you want a bunch of subscribers, you can run Facebook ads. It's about quality, not quantity. Yes, Amy Porterfield from amyporterfield.com constantly and continually mentions that Facebook is the number one way that she's grown her list in a very targeted way, because you can get very targeted with your ads as well. And she does Facebook ads to webinars. And webinars are great too because you become more engaged with your audience. People get introduced to you. If you provide a lot of high value content, that person who's just brand new to your list, they're going to have already met you. They would have already heard your voice. .com Secrets is a great book, absolutely. Yes, amyporterfield.com is amazing. And she talks about how Facebook is definitely the number one thing that she has used to grow her list. Do I still use double opt-in? I believe I do. Right, Nathan? I think I do. Yes, I do. .com Secrets is great. Is that Brendan Burchard, I think? No. Russell Brunson. Tired of paying for inactive subscribers on MailChimp. Love the love. I'm halfway through it now. Awesome. You guys are reading some good books. Yeah, if you want to sign up for my book club, actually, because I'll be ramping that up. I'll be reviewing more books. I'll be giving away certain things, and we're going to have a good time on the book club. If you can go to patsbookclub.com, and I'll see you subscribe actually here on ConvertKit, because that is run through ConvertKit. Nathan says, yes, I use double opt-in. Thanks, Nathan. Let's see. how do you clean your list on MailChimp? I think it would be any other, like similar to have, how do I contact you through email? pat@smartpassiveincome.com. How do you clean up your email list through MailChimp? I think it would be like with any other way. I mean, just kind of understanding. I think you could divide your subscribers and actually segment your audience based on who's opened the last previous emails. I've heard of ActiveCampaign. Yes, they reached out to me after they heard I was kind of leaving Infusionsoft. And, I feel like, okay, so here's the big thing. The big overarching thing here and why I chose to go with ConvertKit. Infusionsoft is obviously a great tool. A lot of people use it. I wanted it to work for me and just wasn't working. And I felt like it was kind of a jack of all trades kind of idea. And it had everything. It has a lot more than I needed. It has the ability to connect with a telephone line and all this other stuff that I didn't need, and a lot of great third-party tools that allow you to do these great things, and it's great. It is massive, but it does a lot of things if you know how to use it or you hire the right people to do that, and I just didn't want to do that. It just was not a right fit for me. And I feel like ConvertKit is the master of one, or it is going to be the master of one. So I would much rather have something that's really good for what I need to do now, and perhaps I will need some of those other features later on, which maybe ConvertKit will incorporate, or maybe it'll integrate in some way. And I do know that Nathan has told me that the integrations are coming very quickly here for a lot of the top tools. But I would rather have a tool that does what I need very, very well. I'd rather have the master than the jack of all trades, if that makes sense. But anyway, that's just my thinking. And again, I'm just being totally honest and authentic. And this is a very new kind of email service provider out there, but I feel like it has a lot of potential for sure, and I'm using it and I'm loving it, and I wanted to share that with you guys. There's a lot of great ones out there that I have yet to explore. ActiveCampaign I haven't even looked at really, but I do know it's similar to Infusionsoft in that it is kind of the all-in-one thing. Yeah, so that's that. Drip is another one that I heard was great. Entreport. I mean, there's literally like 100 different things you could use. What do I use for my sales? Currently, I'm using Gumroad, and the cool thing about Gumroad is that I know Nathan has a great relationship with them at Gumroad, and they have perfect integration, and so I can easily choose certain actions based on certain products that people get on Gumroad as well. And I could see a little bit of influence in terms of maybe not influence, but just the way that Gumroad is in terms of UI and UX is very much the same language that is being used here on ConvertKit, and they speak really well together. I think it's the only email service provider that Gumroad is actually integrated with fully. But it also can integrate through Zapier currently to a lot of other providers. It also connects with Zippy courses and WP Wishlist and things like that. Good night, A Simple Shift. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Okay, so I got 2 more minutes before the hour, and I finish up with some of these emails here before I go to bed, and then wake up and bring my son to school with my wife, and I'm excited about that. Are those fonts in ConvertKit? I'm not exactly sure. This scope has been awesome. Thanks a lot, Pat. You should put it on your YouTube channel. I will. Thank you for that. I only put a few of them up if I feel they are ones that people should watch. So again, you guys have validated that this is something that is important. Does it connect to lead pages? It can in a very manual way right now, unfortunately, which was one of the things that was holding me back from using it probably earlier, but I know there are discussions and that it will eventually get there for sure. But it is still possible to use it, but it is not currently fully integrated with lead pages right now, unfortunately. But again, I'm planning for the future. I know that that's going to happen, and I look forward to when that happens because that would make my life a lot easier too. But again, just being honest. I'll watch it again on YouTube. Awesome. That way you can actually select where you want to listen to or if you need to listen to something again. Great info. Good night. Thank you guys. Zapier, any cool and useful zaps you use? I used a lot when I was on Infusionsoft because just things weren't working out the way I wanted it to. But currently, actually, do I? I don't know. I don't want to take the time to sign in right now. We can talk about those things later. Zap is really cool. I also use IFTTT, IFTTT, for a few more personal things. For example, whoa, that was weird. Great way to begin the day here in Copenhagen. Thanks. Awesome. So I use IFTTT.com to, when I put out an Instagram photo, for example, to automatically send a tweet out with that image attached as well. Sleep well, working hard, trying to work hard. I know my site is about passive income, right? And a lot of people who find me for the first time are like, hey, you're not very passive at all. And you know what? It's not 100% passive income. There's no such thing as 100% passive income. You got to put in the hard work now to reap the benefits later. And I'm in that mode where I'm putting a lot of hard work in, so I can reap the benefits later. So I can take longer vacations. So I can do things that I want to do later, and be flexible. But again, with anything, you always have to come back to it. Make sure it's up to date. Make sure your portfolio in the stock market is managed. Wishing you all the best of luck who have been involved with the latest roller coaster in terms of the stock market. With passive income coming from real estate, you still have to manage your properties and all those sorts of things. So passive to me is being able to build a business that can work for you, that you can then take time away from, but you'll always have to come back to it to make sure it's up to date for sure. Yeah. So anyway, wishing the best of luck to all of you who are in the stock market. Hopefully tomorrow is a day just like today with a 600-point rise. Anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate you coming on. As you can see, my eyes are getting a little bit tired, but got a couple more emails to write, and we will see each other again soon. I will record this on the replay, put it up on YouTube for you. I just posted the one about haters the other day, and actually there was a hater comment on there. That was pretty ironic. So I posted that one about haters, got a hater comment, and responded to that one just really quickly in normal Pat fashion. And anyway, love you guys. Thanks so much for the support, and I'll see you in the next scope.